Good afternoon. I hope all of y'all are doing well. Hope your work day is going fine. I decided to make another little short video. I really don't know how long it's going to be. But I wanted to tell y'all a little bit about my childhood. I wasn't always, as retarded as I am. Well, you know what? I take that back. I've been retarded my entire life. And I'm going to tell y'all about it now. So this took place back in the 90s, man. I was like 15 years old. And I did what normal kids do. I smoked weed, I drank beer, I drank liquor. And that's what we did. That was a normal 90s kid, from where I was from. Nowadays, ain't nothing normal about kids. Have you seen how they dress? Like, I'm serious, man. Like, I seen a dude whose pants were so tight the other day. Like, I couldn't believe he could walk in them. I was like, Jesus Christ. I couldn't believe it. If I put on pants that tight, I believe my voice might get squeaky. Like, I've never, in my life, and they say, oh, it's a trend, it's a throwback to the 80s. Throwback to the 80s, my ass. I am from the 80s. They wore shorts back then, but they didn't wear pants that tight. I mean, you might be able to see a little bit of a dick print, man, but this shit's crazy. Like, I seen pants on a young dude the other day. Like, I could tell you exactly how much money he had in his pocket, man. He had it all in change. And I could see the president's faces through his fucking cloth on his jeans, man. This shit is crazy. But anyways, so I went to this party one night in this neighborhood called Wellington. It was a real nice neighborhood behind a bowling alley on Taylor Road. And this is in Chesapeake. And I had a good, 4 or 5 guys with me. They were buddies of mine. And this girl, I can't say her name. So we'll call her Fancy, right? Because that's what she was. She was a fancy bitch, I'm telling you. And she was a little bit of a big girl. She had self-esteem issues. But she was also rich as a motherfucker. Boy, her dad was a doctor or some shit. I don't know. I know one thing. I know she had a jacuzzi, a fucking swimming pool. She was driving already, like had a BMW. She had some money, buddy. And, she had 4 or 5 of her girlfriends over there, and I had 4 or 5 guys with me. But when we all got together, my math ain't all that great. I'm a product of Chesapeake Public Schools, but, I didn't even graduate. I had to get a GED. I barely did that. So, in the end, there was her friends and me and my friends. There was enough of all of us to have a girl. And Fancy was the odd monkey out. And Fancy did not like that shit. She's like, wait a minute. This is my house. These are my friends. Y'all are drinking my beer and my liquor. And ain't nobody gonna fuck with me? Oh, hell no. So Fancy, she pulls me to the side. She's like, James, you got to get your friends and leave. This is at like 1:30 in the morning now. This is in the middle of winter. And it's a mighty decent walk back to where we had to go. I'm like, are you serious? You're that mad? Like, fuck it. I will stop talking to the girl I'm talking to, and I'll talk to, I don't want to be your second. Well, shit, I ain't even had a first yet. For real, I don't think I had but maybe a notch or 2 on my belt at that point. At that point, I was taking all comers, buddy. Look, my dick had no conscience when I was a kid. That motherfucker talks to me now, and that's another story. So anyways, me and my buddies, we brace ourselves for this long ass walk back to the neighborhood, and I get pissed off. I said, man, this is bullshit. So I sneak around to the back, and my buddy Tim's like, yo, they got a liquor cabinet, and that bitch is full. I said, Tim, man, I'm gonna unlock that back door. We're gonna double back after everybody breaks away, and we're gonna get that liquor. He's like, I'm down. So we let everybody walk up ahead of us. Me and Tim double back. I left the back door unlocked. We sneak right up in there, and we start stealing liquor. And this fucking doctor had a nice stash. We had bottles of Jose Cuervo 1800. Man, they had, look, they had the Maker's Mark 47 edition. They had all kinds of shit. I'm talking 60, 70, 80, $100 bottles. Look, we even stole a bottle of Johnny Walker Blue Label, which I didn't realize at the time was $250 a bottle. I didn't get to drink a sip of it, but I mean, it was an expensive fucking bottle of liquor, and we stole that motherfucker. So, as I'm leaving, Tim gets the liquor. He goes out first. I go to lock the back door and go back out the front, you know, so they wouldn't know which way. I wipe all the doorknobs down and all that, because even at 15, I was a fucking criminal, and I knew what I was doing. And as I'm walking by the kitchen, my spider senses went off. And I said, you know what? We're not even yet. Because this was a long fucking walk in the cold. And that fat bitch had pissed me off. So, you know, I do what I do. I fix her. And I know y'all are probably wondering how I fixed her. So I'm going to tell you, I fixed her the James way. She had this nice stainless steel set up in the kitchen, all that. And it was nice, you know, it was all wood trim and stainless steel and all that. I mean, it was a nice fucking house. So I go over there next to the stove and they got some paper plates. And I take one of them paper plates and I set it on the floor. And I pull my pants that weren't skinny jeans down. And I squatted. And I shit a great big old fucking poopy on that motherfucker. I mean, it was a decent one too, buddy. It was a fucking, it was something to write home about. That motherfucker looked like Castro's Cohiba in the 50s. That bitch was big. Look, I'm talking about from end to end, the paper plate was a good sized paper plate. Like, this is like a paper plate you would be proud to take the fucking Golden Corral with you. Fucker was hanging off like that far on each side, boy. That motherfucker had overlap. So I was just going to leave it, you know, I was going to put it in the refrigerator, right? And I probably should have, but I didn't do that, you know what I'm saying? Because before I got to the refrigerator, I seen a microwave. So I put it in the microwave. Fuck it. And when I got it in the microwave, I wondered to myself, I said, well, how long should I cook a turd? So I just said, fuck it, I'm going to put it on as long as it'll go. So I just started hitting 9 till the 9 wouldn't go no more. I hit start and I walked the fuck out. And by the time I got to my house, the cops were already there. And this little girl is on the phone because we didn't have cell phones. She is on the house phone, and my mom's in her nightgown, and the fucking 3 police officers are there. And I walk up and they go, James, where are you coming from? The woods. What were you doing out there? Nothing. Well, this little girl, and she hears my voice because they had her on speakerphone. And she goes, James! Which one of you fucking assholes shit in my microwave? And I looked at the cop, I said, well, how the hell did you shit in the microwave? Why the fuck, what is she talking about? Were you over there at her house? Yeah. Yeah, I was over there, so what? Well, she said there's some liquor missing out of the cabinet and there's a, you know, somebody defecated in the microwave. I said, what the fuck does defecate mean? You know, I'm 15 years old. I don't know what defecate means. He said somebody took a dump and put it in the microwave. I said, why didn't you just say that? You had to be all scientific and shit. But I didn't say that to the cop, but that's what I was thinking. So I'm like, I don't know. Now, the point of this story is this. If you commit a crime, don't take nobody with you. Because if you got any type of sense in the world, you ain't going to tell on yourself. But I tell you what happened to me. My ass took Tim with me. So what I didn't know is that there was also police at every single other dude's house that I was with that night. They were already there. Well, the other guys, the other 4 guys, they had no idea who stole what because we had let them go their separate way before me and Tim doubled back. But Tim knew that we went back in the house. Tim also knew that he didn't shit in the microwave. Tim also couldn't hold fucking water. So Tim told it all. And that's, to this day, we call him Tim Told It All. You know, I don't mind saying his name because he's a fucking snitch. But yeah, they took me to TDH, Tidewater Detention Home. And they put me in the 17-year-old unit because I was a big fucking kid. I was 15 and 17. So I get in the cell with this guy, and it's like, you know, 6, 7 o'clock in the morning now. I'm tired as a motherfucker. The first thing he does is look over at me and says, you know, what the fuck you do? I said, well, damn, man. I said, well, what'd you do? He said, I robbed a fucking food line. What'd you do? You do something fucked up? And I thought, yeah, what I did was pretty fucked up. But I didn't know what the hell he meant. So I do the very best thing I could think of. I said, shit, man, you don't recognize me from the TV? Man, I'm in this motherfucker for murder, man. What the fuck you think they got me in here with you 17-year-old motherfuckers for? I'm 15 years old, man. They put me in here because I kill shit. Yeah, that didn't last too long. I'm going to tell you something, buddy. If you do something stupid and people find out about it in jail, they will ride your ass like a bike. And that's exactly what they did. And my nickname was Doo-Doo Plate. Yeah. And my last name's Marslander, so they all started calling me Mudslinger. You know what I'm saying? So I got called. I was in there for like a month and a half before they let me out. And that's what I got called for a month and a half. Doo-Doo Plate and Mudslinger. So remember something. If you commit a crime, do it by yourself. If you're going to get somebody back, you probably shouldn't do it with a turd. I just wanted to share that little part of my childhood so y'all kind of understand my trip down the line of retardation. I hope all of y'all have a good day. I hope you have an even better evening, and I hope you have a great night. Thanks for listening to me run my mouth. I appreciate every one of y'all. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You know, I'll have a good one for you tomorrow, I promise. Thanks for coming out. God bless you. Good night.